Today, we're talking about consumption, and consumption has changed a lot. There used to be two theories. People thought consumption was no longer doing well. Just yesterday, there was an article in Tazhong saying that if you report to the IC department about consumption, you'll get fired. But 2 years ago, everyone wanted to invest in consumption, as if consumption was the hottest track where you could make easy money. To me, these two arguments don't really matter at all. You could say I'm a professional in this industry. I've been doing this for almost 16 years. I've seen all the ups and downs, the constant changes, the fierce competition, and people coming and going. It's really not easy to survive in this field. When it comes to consumption, it's actually a topic with real substance. I've actually come to three conclusions. First, I believe that China is heading into a golden era where the consumer services industry will rise. The consumer services sector will definitely be the core engine of China's economic growth, serving as both a stabilizer and a ballast for the economy. That's the first concept I want to talk about. The second concept is about consumption. How can it actually be effective? How can we create effective demand? Well, naturally, we still need to create jobs. So when it comes to job creation, how can we effectively generate employment? It still comes down to small and micro-sized enterprises, because as the Chinese premier has said, China has 50 million market entities. Actually, it's about 58 million. But there are 100 million self-employed businesses. These 100 million self-employed businesses account for about 80% of the market, and we have roughly 890 million people in the workforce. Among people in the age groups of 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, small and micro-sized enterprises actually only account for about 1% of the total, but around 600 million people are employed by these small and micro businesses. That's why our premier has talked about the relationship between the 6 guarantees and the 6 stabilities. The core is to protect market entities, especially the small and micro-sized ones among them. If we can safeguard these, we can secure employment, core employment, and create a massive number of jobs. By securing employment, we're actually stabilizing incomes and safeguarding tax revenue. So what does that allow us to do? It means we can ensure the stability of supply chains, support development, and protect the economy, which ultimately leads to effectively safeguarding people's livelihoods. It's all a logical chain. If market entities disappear and there's no employment, how could there possibly be stable income? And without stable income, how can people generate effective demand? That's why there's a saying, when ordinary people don't have money in their hands, they feel unsettled. If people aren't willing to spend, it's because they don't feel secure. Only when they have money in their pockets and food at home will they feel at ease and be willing to spend. So looking ahead, what's really important for China is this overall economic framework centered on the domestic cycle, with domestic and international cycles promoting and developing each other. As we move from a middle income to a high income country, from $10,000 to $12,000 per capita, we need to address the issue of achieving common prosperity. The first distribution is about improving the relationship between labor and capital so that workers' incomes keep getting better and higher. To achieve this, what must we do? We need to reform the income distribution system. In other words, what do we have to create? Effective employment. And what else must we create? We call it the improvement of people's income levels. Just like we implemented 3 5-year plans, we need to launch a 5-year plan to double national income. Only when national income truly improves can our economic development be stable, and only then can effective demand be generated.